What's up, guys? Quick review of my 2022 Toyota 4Runner SR5 four-wheel drive. Wanted to do a review before I sell it. I will be selling it soon because I just picked up a new Tundra. There's a little exterior vid. It is not stock. It has been modified. With Icon suspension, Dirt King, upper control arms, Falcon Wild Peak tires, Resale 57 DRX wheels, some Baja designed fog lights, and the hidden surprise is there is an Eaton e-locker installed on the rear of this truck, so it's pretty capable as it sits right now. Pretty good looking too, in my opinion. What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Car ADD, and a review of my 2022 Toyota 4Runner SR5 four-wheel drive limited. Bought this car in August of 22. These cars are made 100% in Japan, and at the time, last summer, they were pretty scarce here in the States, at least in California, and dealerships were asking premiums. They might still be, I don't know, I haven't checked the 4Runner market in a long time, but I did manage to get the car for sticker price. It had a $45,000 MSRP, and I managed to get it for MSRP. At the time, they were asking about 5 G's over sticker. I really wanted a TRD off-road package, but those are they were even harder to come by at the time, and the premiums were even bigger. This is my second 5th gen. I owned a 2016 5th gen previously, and back then that was known as a trail package, which Toyota later changed to the TRD off-road package. So I was a little hesitant to go with the SR5, but decided to do it anyway. I knew I was going to modify it. You know, it has the Icon Stage 1 suspension, Dirt King upper control arms. I have Resale 57 DX wheels, 17-inch on 285 Falcon Wild Peak tires. And the biggest difference, the biggest mod that I really did make that kind of puts it on the level of a TRD off-road is I put an Eaton e-locker on the rear, so I can lock the rear if I need to do some serious off-roading. I want to do a quick review just because, well, I'm selling this car, and I already bought its replacement. It's a 23 Tundra, but I just want to do a quick review before I sold it and let it go. If you guys recall, I actually bought this car to replace a 21 Bronco. The Bronco was great. I enjoyed the Bronco, but quite frankly, the interior left me feeling a bit cold, and the wind noise in the cabin was a little bit much, and I like Toyota products. You know, there's a lot of issues with the 21 Bronco motors. The one I had, you know, a lot of them were grenading. I didn't have any problems. I put 10,000 miles on it, but there's something in the back of my head with Bronco ownership. With these, the engine's not going to grenade. I'm sorry, but it's a fucking Toyota. It's got the 4-liter V6 5-speed transmission that has basically been a proven powertrain for Toyota for years now. I will say this is a 22. This review could probably fly for a 23. I doubt there are any changes, but the reality is these trucks are probably the most reliable vehicles you can buy in America right now. That shouldn't be a controversial opinion. It's just, that's what they are. I mean, you can put 200,000 miles on them. without blinking an eye. I don't know if my Bronco would have been that way. I mean, let's be real, it probably wouldn't have been. With all that said, the pros of this powertrain are that it's bomb-proof. With that said, the cons of this powertrain are it's fucking dated. This 5th gen 4Runner was released in 2010, and there have been changes over the years, but not much. It's pretty much the same vehicle from 2010. And how do I know this? My neighbor has a 2010 4Runner, and really it's the same. Yeah, there's infotainment, maybe the dash has changed. You know, this one has LED headlights. My 2016 did not have LEDs. They were these just awful halogen headlights that were just terrible. I remember driving to Mammoth in the snow at night, and it was, you couldn't see anything. Like, I was getting a headache trying to like focus on the road. Thankfully, these new LEDs are great. I also added Baja Design squadrons for the fogs. They're super bright. I probably need to point the headlights down because I did lift the vehicle about almost 3 inches, and now they're pointed towards the sky. I don't know if you can see it yet, but they're up there. As far as an ownership experience goes, it doesn't get much better than this. This is a vehicle that you simply gas up and go. I only have about 7,400 miles on this vehicle. The first oil change is not until 10,000 miles. So my expenses, I mean, outside of the aftermarket modifications, there's been 0 repairs, not even an oil change yet. It's just been 87 octane fuel. Yeah, 87 octane fuel. That's it. Super reliable, super bomb-proof. Lots of road trips, a little bit of off-roading, but you know, taking it to Zion and a few trails out there, nothing crazy. But as far as an ownership experience goes, I mean, you can't beat this thing. There's been 0 issues, and I know it's only 7,400 miles, but I had my 16, and quite frankly, I put about 65,000 miles on that, and it was the exact same thing. The exact same thing. I mean, gas up and go. You know, I did the oil changes. Oil changes are cheap. I think I had to replace front pads on that vehicle. They were cheap. But other than that, it's a 5th gen ownership experience is going to be drama free. So why would you buy this car? Well, I think you buy a vehicle like this, especially something so old, because you want off-road capability. You know, a lot of SUVs are now crossovers, and let's be honest, they're not going to be capable off-road. If you want off-road capability, you want some size, you want some space, you want to be able to fit a child seat in the back without any issues. This is a great vehicle for that. Sometimes I ferry around 2 large 80-pound dogs. It's a great vehicle for dog owners. I mean, look at this. I don't know what this is. What is this, a Volvo in front of me? SUV, CUV, I don't know what they call them anymore. I mean, that thing won't last 2 seconds on a real trail. This will. So why would you buy this over a Wrangler? Well, I think it's a more reliable vehicle. I think it's a more comfortable vehicle inside. But if your ultimate goal is, let's say, off-road capability, then the Wrangler is a better choice. I have improved the off-road capabilities of this vehicle with the modifications I made, but you know, I think the Wrangler, straight out of the box, if you're really just going to be hitting trails and doing some rock crawling or whatever it is, the Wrangler is a better move. But I would caution that on a daily basis, this is a superior vehicle than dailying a Wrangler. You know, that's just my opinion, man. let's see, is there anything else I should mention? So I have the limited package on this one. It came with a sunroof. It's nice, kind of leather interior. It has this ability to transfer to 4-wheel drive with this kind of this unit here. The performance, you know, as mentioned, is going to be reliable, but one of the big reasons I started looking at other vehicles was, despite the reliability of this 4-liter motor and the 5-speed transmission, the performance is now dated. And it makes a lot of noise and all this when you floor it, but to really like climb up a hill, you know, for me living in SoCal, like driving up to Big Bear or driving up to Mammoth and overtaking and or, you know, keeping a decent speed up the mountain, you have to drive the car pretty aggressively. I mean, you have to keep that throttle down. I'm floored right now. And it sounds like the engine's gonna explode. It's not going to, but it just doesn't have modern power anymore, which is why I went with a Tundra, which has a twin turbo V6, and you breathe on the throttle and you can overtake in that vehicle. You're not going to do that in this vehicle. But you know, again, there's trade-offs, right? So yeah, it's not the fastest vehicle, it's not the most powerful vehicle, but it probably is the most reliable SUV you can buy. I'm struggling to think of an SUV that is more reliable than this on the market in America right now. If you have thoughts, let me know, but this is probably it. Comparisons between this drivetrain and the Tacoma. I had a 2020 Tacoma with a 3.5 liter V6. Mine happened to be a manual because I'm better than you. You probably bought an automatic. I'm kidding, by the way. Don't get your panties in a bunch, guys. I think it's a better motor, to be honest, the 4-liter. In fact, I've driven the automatic Tacomas. I think the 5-speed in this is better than the automatic in the Tacomas as well. Anything else I need to cover? There's not much that can be said. I mean, they've been selling this vehicle now for 13 years here in America. They continue to sell, I want to say 100,000 units or more per year, which is why there's probably no incentive or rush for them to bring out a new model. I don't know when the new model's coming out. We've been speculating about it now for years and years and years, and we still haven't seen anything. So I don't know when the 6th gen is going to come out. If you're in the market now and you're thinking, well, should I buy a 5th gen or should I wait for the 6th gen? I think the reality is, if you need a vehicle now, buy the 5th gen, because historically 4Runners have one of the best resale values of any vehicle in America. Coincidentally, so does a Wrangler. And I'm talking pre-COVID, when cars depreciated. I know the market is starting to come back down. It is coming back down, let's be real. All you dealers out there thinking you're gonna get markups on all these cars, I think those days are done. You know, the 4Runner, the Wrangler, the Tacoma, as far as trucks go, typically have the best resale of that segment of vehicles, and actually might even lead all vehicles, you know, pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, resale wise, the Wrangler, Tacoma, and the Wrangler. So going back to, should you buy one now or wait for the 6th? I think you can buy one now. I think you can drive it for a couple years and probably not lose much money. That's just the way these Toyotas are. Part of the reason the resale is so good is, in my opinion, it's the reliability. You can buy a used one and not be worried about it. And that's why other vehicles of the same price range, you know, they might have more features, this and that. But at the end of the day, the total cost of ownership is cheaper with a Toyota. And a big part of that is not only the reliability and the low maintenance costs, but it's also the resale on the back end. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't think that far. these things will not depreciate like a Grand Cherokee. So with that said, yeah, I think they're great cars. I think you should buy one if you're interested in an off-road capable vehicle that has space for 5, that is comfortable inside, and if you value reliability over gimmicks and features that some of the other manufacturers might be pushing. With that said, I'm probably gonna make another video with just specific to kind of the mods I did with this vehicle. And some of the things you kind of just don't really know, like when you, let's say when you lift a vehicle, no one tells you some of the things you have to be mindful of, but I'll probably do another video on that. But yeah, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.